So we can have an elevator, which is our subject, and we can have this measuring proxy, which simply holds, and keeps collecting the statistics. But we can also have like a maintenance proxy, right? So we can chain in the maintenance proxy, which does not measure statistics. However, it could even be using the statistics to decide when to alert the rest of the system that the device requires services. And of course, if we have this elevator interface in the system, right? All of these types must be implementing this interface in order to allow this to happen. And here's our client, right? So this is the client. The client over here basically uses the chain proxies, right? Because all these proxies do is that they delegate the call to another object, to another object. So we're dealing here with multiple levels of indirection, right? Indirection, which basically is the idea that is realized by chained multiple proxies. Right, chain multiple proxies essentially realize the idea of multiple levels of indirection, but they all can do their own thing and make their own decisions and make, even notify other parts of the system about certain things, right? So, for instance, if you already built class that gathers statistics on the elevator, and now you want to have a maintenance class that essentially makes a decision when the elevator needs to be serviced, you don't have to program it inside the elevator. You don't have to, because elevator responsibility is to operate, to provide correct, physical communication with the device and respond to all of the signals that it has to deal with and so forth, right? But we already have the statistics, and now we want to control the maintenance. Create another proxy, and you can chain them all together and basically hold collection of maintenance proxies, which themselves rely on the functionality of measuring proxies, which themselves, of course, delegate all the work to the real elevator class, right? So this is clearly something that just like, if you could do something indirectly once, you can do it again and again and again, right? So it's just something to keep in mind, which can be very beneficial, again, to a very clear, crisp, modular design of your application. Okay, so chain proxies represent combination of contracts known as contract conjunction, right? So you can now mathematically think about, piling up of a set of contracts and how you combine them, and that can be used again in very broad aspect of different kind of business domains. Proxies can be used by the resource manager overseeing the pool of proxies with expiration parameters. We already said that as well, right? So we can say that we can have an object pool which stores collection of proxies, which may sometimes decide to disconnect themselves from the subject, and the resource manager could examine the state of each of the proxies, and at some point decide that the actual object can be let go and even dispose of these proxies. So proxies are friendly can be a friendly mix with the resource manager ideas, which of course, we already have a set of ideas implemented as an object pool, right? So we're going to have a sample of object pool, and there is really not much to do with respect to creating a sample over here. You can imagine if you're already working on the elevator class, it's very simple to take a set of its operations, declare them as interface, add all of these abstract methods to the interface, and say that your class implements this interface. So there's really not much to demonstrate, right? It's just basically, if you have a class with a set of public methods, you can very quickly create an interface with the same matching set of methods and implement this interface inside your class. But at the same time, once you have the interface, now you can take the path to take the to add additional classes which will act as proxies and have the rest of your system using these classes. So that's so there's really not much to demonstrate. It's just basically the a combination of interfaces and real classes that implement them, right? So we could so of course we could write some code for it, but I don't think that it really deserves even spending time on writing the real code. But we can practice maybe next week to implement the code, the actual example, a Java example perhaps, that maybe we can combine an object pool design with the proxy, and we'll just we'll see where we can experiment with that, right? But the general idea is very, very simple, extremely simple.